Hello everyone. Welcome to the solution of LeetCode problem 1898 named maximum number of removable characters. In this problem, we are given two strings S and P, where P is the substring of S, or we can say that P is the subsequence of S. Now, we are given an array named removable, where some of the index number is given. This index number represents the index of S. Now, the problem is we can remove 0 to 3 character at the corresponding index from this string S. Now, suppose if we remove 0 element, the string S will become as it is. So here AB will be a subsequence. Now, we can remove one element. If we remove one element, we should remove the element at third index, which is this. So here, if we remove this A and B will still become the subsequence. Now, if we remove two elements, we have to remove the element presented in index number 3 and index number 1. So, we can remove this and this. Sorry, we can remove this A and this B. So, here, the string AB will be presented here. So, it will become a subsequence. But if we remove the character presented at index number 3, 1, and 0, the string AB will be absent here. So, it will not be the subsequence. So, the problem statement is we have to choose an integer k such that after removing k characters from S using the first k index in removable, P is still a subsequence of S. More formally, you will mark the character at the corresponding index, then remove all of the marked characters and check if P is a subsequence or not. Now, we have to return the maximum k. You can choose such that P is still a subsequence of S after some of the removal. So here, a subsequence of a string is a new string generated from the original string with some characters deleted without changing the relative order of the remaining characters. I hope you understood the problem statement. Now, if for this example 1, I remove the element presented at index number 3 and 1, the string will become ACCB. So here AB will still become the subsequence. So here we have to return 2 as well. I hope you understood the problem statement. Now let's move on to the algorithm. Now, to understand the algorithm, we have taken the first example. The string S contains the element ABC, ACB, string P is AB, and the removable is 310. So here in this problem, we can remove up to 0 to 3 element from this string S at the corresponding index. So if we remove the element 3 and 1, these two characters will be demolished. So here A and B will still become the character. So we have to return true, or we have to return 2. Now, the problem is, how can we solve this problem? We can simply solve this problem by using the binary search algorithm. How the binary search algorithm works? Suppose, let's understand here. Suppose our range is 0 to 3, right? And let's say the middle is 2. Now, we have to check whether if we remove the first 2 elements, is our P still become a subsequence of S or not? If the P is still become subsequence if we remove the element 2, then we have to check, okay, fine. If we remove element 2, we can find that our P is still become a subsequence. So now let us try to find if we can find any of the greater value than mid, such that if we remove this greater value and our P is still become the subsequence. So here our search space is reduced into half. Now it can be possible that for the mid 2, we did not find that our P is a subsequence of S. So here we have to reduce the mid value. That means in this case, we have to search for the mid value into this range or into the left half. Now, similarly, we can say that if our mid value is not sufficient for the S string, such that if we remove the number of mid element from S and P is still become subsequence. So here, if the mid is not sufficient, we have to search for the lower mid. So we have to search in the left half. Otherwise, if the mid is sufficient, that means we have to look after that. We can simply search it into the right side. Now, this is how the binary search works, and the overall time complexity of this algorithm is big O of and log n. Now, I hope you understood the algorithm. Now let's move on to the code. In this problem, the code is pretty simple. At first, we are given a function named minimum removal, which has a string sp and a vector of removal as a parameter. Now we are taking 2 pointers, left and right, and answer is initialized with 0. Now we are calculating the binary search algorithm here. The left is less than right, and we are calculating the mid and storing the string in a temporary string variable. Now we are manipulating the corresponding mid number of index in S1, and we are calculating now such that whether string P is still a subsequence if we remove the mid number of character from S. And here, if string of I is equal to string of index, that means we have found a match, so we have to increment the index. Now, it can be possible that the index number is equal to the size of the string P. If it is, that means we can find a potential answer. So we have to store mid to the answer. And now we have to search whether we can find any of the greater k or not. So here we have to shift our left pointer to mid plus 1. Otherwise, we have to simply shift our right pointer to mid minus 1. Finally, we have to return the answer. I hope you understood the code. Thank you everyone for watching this video. We will get back soon with another LeetCode solution.